Okay, let's get to Beverly Hills. We're finally caught up on at least one. I've got 4 episodes of P-Valley, 1 episode of Bell Collective, 4 episodes of Chicago. Was Nene on BET worth it? Nobody seemed to care. So, I heard on Kempire, shout out to Kempire, that this whole liability thing is because production is covering up Sutton's drinking. And supposedly tonight, there's going to be a peep through the curtain into Sutton's drinking issues. So let's see if it happens. I could see her being a morning drunk, and they say that's why she said that about the weapon to her head when Dorit had her issues, because she was drunky boo. So we open where we were when Rinna was tearing up about her mama. But now it's time to sing happy birthday to Kyle. After that, Rinna addresses the table and says, I think that there's something going on deeper in this group just because Sutton triggered me with our back and forth across the table. Garcelle looked at the guests and she said, you guys can get up. She's like, why are you standing here just sitting on camera all up in the business? Wait for the show to come out. Eavesdropping. So Sutton and Diana have come to Crystal about her disorder. It's not that I'm not sensitive to disorders, it's that I don't care about Crystal. I mean, you ain't said nothing for 6 episodes. Why are we supposed to care about you now? Crystal says that she's seeking help and I'm happy for her. But Sutton says, you know what? Since I'm a liability, I'm gonna have to call Erica to the carpet and let her know a lawyer contacted me and asked me some information about you and your lawsuits. I know what they're gonna ask you. Erica, then maybe you should go and answer it for her. You said that. I knew they would ask you. What was that? Oh, Erica, you are just so happy to see other people miserable or poor. Sutton said, well, you were a liability to all of us last year, so don't call me a liability. Erica said, I told you to be quiet. You kind of did after the fact. I think this was before. Dorit said, well, did they attack you because you were the only one questioning Erica? No, y'all questioned, but you knew what not to say because y'all have been through this before. This is Sutton's first rodeo. And don't think I didn't notice how Kyle was in the amen section for Rinna asking what's this deeper stuff. She said, yeah, what is it? Well, I want to know too. Turd stir. Diana. Madam, who told you to peep your head out of your tacky clothes and pipe up? Garcelle, I think you're the most closed off here. You ain't never around, Garcelle. You ain't been around half this season because you've been avoiding these ladies you don't like. Garcelle said, Google me if you want to get to know me. Google me. But Rinna gonna pop up. Do you hear her? She's like, yeah, but she ain't saying nothing. Nothing of note. Nothing of note. Garcelle said, what are you here? Kathy cracking up. Rinna, you ain't making no damn sense. Garcelle's like, you've known me longer. Why aren't you asking her if she hears me? But Rinna gonna say, well, you're being defensive and I'm not seeing that from her. And Garcelle's like, why am I defensive? That's something you'll have to ask you. Well, you know everything else, so know that. Garcelle said, you talking to me about coming from love when you come from the serpent's heart of hate? Heifer, please. Garcelle said, it would be nice if my rightness was acknowledged and not constantly questioned and poo-pooed. And Kathy said, no, Garcelle, you are right. There was a scene with Crystal, but I was getting ready to do my nails. We don't care about Kyle's Rich Woman Christmas and Rich Woman New Year, but that house is fabulous. And those are black women's pajamas. Take them off. Put on some flannel. So Rinna goes to dinner with Erica and explains that the pain and the grief from her mother's death is preceding her anger with Sutton. Now, Rinna, you who said, I think there are some deeper things going on at the table. Let's address those. Then Kyle says, yeah. But then you want to say, why would Sutton in that moment say that to you, Erica? And Erica said, well, she said, because I called her a liability and I'm one. Hypocrite much? You do hypocrite much. God, all you wear this season is jumpers, 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 Erica. I'm tired of it, and I'm tired of you. Meanwhile, across town, Kyle goes to lunch with Sutton, the liability. But oh, Kyle, that electric blue Hermes, could you give it to me as charity? Kyle said, you really threw everybody for a loop with that story about Erica. And she said, well, shoot, you called me a liability, I'll prove you're one. Kyle, you did not think Erica and Sutton were going to get better. Girl, boom. So they wanted to call Sutton as a third-party witness for the prosecution because of what she knew. So Sutton wants to know why everybody's up Erica's butt, not talking about the fact that she's put them in legal jeopardy. Oh God, Sutton's got a date, girl, boom. I could see Sutton with the leotard like Diana. Sutton, you're right. You're difficult as you are bony. So we all getting ready for the disco night. Dorit's daughter is a hoot. PK was telling the chip heifer, take them skates off before you break your neck. The daughter said, if she breaks her neck, it's because of you, because you didn't give her the confidence. She can't be no older than what? 6, 7, 5? I don't know how kids age. But I love that at that age, she gets it. So Ren is there setting up, and the drinks look cute. What are those little parfaits with lipsticks? I want to go to one of these parties. Although my friend threw a lovely party last week where we had place settings. So Ren are freaking out a little bit that the bartender ain't there because she needs fresh lemons and limes. They're about their fresh lemon and lime out here. Ooh. In New York, they just put the fruit in. Here, they ask you every time, lemon or lime? It's like paper or plastic. And when you say, oh, no fruit, they look at you. No fruit. Like, honey, I'm fruity enough. I'm a peach, a plum, a pear, and an apricot. Call me stone fruit. Because I'm a stoned fruit. Wow, I didn't know Rena was old enough to go to 54. But Crystal shows up, why we don't know. Sheree? Oh, honey, this outfit is a no. It's, you could have done better. It's just ill-fitting. And the scarf is a little too long. Erica looks like crap. I'm not the biggest fan of Garcelle's outfit, but at least it's well done. Oh my God! Garcelle went to Studio 54 too. Girl, them legs. That throwback modeling picture, them legs, girl, them legs, yes! So we taking photos. The chip heifer and Kyle show up. Well, one of Kyle's faces. We'll see what the other one's wearing when it shows up. Oh Lord, Diana. You look as crappy as you do at every other event. And what's with your wigs? For you to have $250 million, you got some cheap white woman wigs. Kim Zolciak's head looked better, and that's pathetic. So after that, Kyle invites the girls to Aspen, but her cottage there is a little small, so they're gonna rent another house 10 minutes from her house. Brenna says she wants to stay at Kyle's. Garcelle says, I'll stay at the other house. And Diana says, I'll stay at a hotel. Let her funky butt stay at a hotel. You're going to have some good food and can get the real tea on Kim Richards. I'm there, Kyle. I'm there. Let me know what to donate to one of your charities, honey. I'm there. I'll do a weekend in the desert with you. Just an overnight. Just give me Saturday night. Let's meet Saturday afternoon. Do a little shopping. Go to dinner. Stay up late, have drinks. Then Sunday, a little pool time and brunch. And I'll head back up to the Bay Area. Also, you know what? I never thought I would be one of those people to say the Bay Area, but now that I live here, I mentally say it. I'll say the Bay Area when I'm talking about the whole Bay Area, and I'll say SF when I'm talking about SF. And if you know, you know, but the two are different. Because San Francisco, SF, that's cold. You're talking about the Bay Area, it can be 100 in the Bay Area and 67 here. San Francisco gives this right here to the heat. Tell me what temperature it's going to be where you are today down in the comments. Because here it's going to be a smooth, let's see, it was 55 at 8 a.m. It's 58 right now at 10 a.m., August 18th. 58. 5, 8. 58. The high today is 64. It'll get 70 again on Monday. 58. I gotta say, I'm getting used to this cool weather. Diana says, I'm not a good guest. I'm too demanding. No, you just don't like them. I don't know why you're here. You and Crystal. Yet, Rena, who are these offbeat solid gold dancers you got? I mean, the guy is like trying to do it, but the girl is just. It's like you're not in control of your muscles or you don't know where you want them to go. Like, remember when they were telling Tracy Braxton to dance wider because she didn't have as much hip? She's dancing real wide. Oh, Tracy, we miss you. So Kathy asked Garcelle, I'm doing your show tomorrow, right? And she's like, yeah. She said, Rick reminded me. Oh, God, Kyle's stirring more turds. Sutton, how are you feeling after the dinner at Dorit's? So as Kyle's stirring the turd, Kathy asked them, so are we going out tonight or what? And Kyle says, let her finish her story. And Kathy's like, no, I'm just asking. And Kyle says, let her finish, it's important. And she says, oh, okay, I'm gonna go get my drink. She was trying to stop you from stirring the effing turd, but you don't get the hint, heifer, and that's why they called you Dookie, because you don't get the hint. Now Kyle wants to know, well, what did Erica mean by saying that? Why don't you ask her? Oh my God. Kyle, come on. Let's get this done. Oh, Kyle asked Erica for her. Erica, what did it mean when you called Sutton a liability? A hindrance. A hindrance to Garcelle making friendships in the group. Kyle said, so what you're saying is their relationship is keeping us from getting closer to Garcelle? Yes. Well, you know what? Your husband's death is keeping you from getting closer to retirement. So I guess you know about being kept from getting closer. Instead of you seeing me for me, you're going to see me through those eyes. That is not Garcelle. Erica, please. Give them earrings back, by the way. While we're asking you, please give them earrings back, because I'm sick of reading articles about them. I'd be embarrassed to have them at this point. You ain't got no other jury. Garcelle said, well, you can't treat my friend bad and expect me to treat you good. And Garcelle's like, this is bigger than Erica. That would be any friend. If I saw you treat anybody like that, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, sign me up for that. Because if you'll do it to her, you'll do it to me. And if you do it to Garcelle, you gonna get slapped. Ho. Now, the chip heifer gonna pipe up. Well, last week, Sutton, when you said Erica had a lot of lawsuits, that was a low blow. And Renner pipes in, yeah, that was mean. No, that's a fact. And if Sutton hadn't been contacted by one of the lawyers in the many lawsuits, one just popped up a week ago, she might not have said nothing. But y'all talked about him all last season, and there are multiple suits. That's not a lie. That's not a low blow. It's not a low blow when every blog is talking about it, when there is dang near an economy based around this lawsuit. These lawsuits, plural. Don't play dumb. I don't care if I'm aggressive. I don't have your back right now, Sutton Strike. Renna, you've never had my back. Have your own back. Kyle said, so after we had dinner at the Chip Heifers, and Kathy pipes up with that the toothless and homeless affair, it's not funny. Kyle even said, the name is not amazing, but they do good work. But to read, nobody's laughing at your charity. I'm glad that they're doing the work. Oh my God, Kathy said, I have worked with the homeless and I have worked with the toothless. Kyle said, but hold on, let me keep stirring the turd. So Renna, you still have strong feelings about Sutton. Heck, at the beginning of this episode, you said, oh, this was about the anger towards your mother's passing and not really towards Sutton, and you were ready to let it go. You said you were ready to let it go, but now the dead horse is back to be beat. Oh, God. Sutton says, well, I can be a bit of a loose cannon. I'm a colt. Kyle said, a colt? No, Kyle, a colt. That means a young horse. And I'm sorry, you are not a young colt or a foal. I know my farm terms too, heifer. You're an old gray mare who ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be. The old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be 20 long years ago. That's what you is. Old Bessie cow ass. You're that old gray mare that's been put out to pasture. Ha! Crystal said, Sutton, you're tangenting. Well, Crystal, you're boring. You have no right to speak. Oh, God. This is the truth, though. I should have said what what I, what I said. Aha! And there it is. There's the moment we've been waiting for. Erica says, and I have a drinking problem. But we'll get to that one later. Okay, now we see what liability means. And Kyle is like, and Sutton is angry. Sutton is shocked and upset. She's ready to pounce. And Kyle is like, oh, we're putting it out there. Now we're going to talk about it. And Garcelle says, oh. And Erica says, ma'am, you felt free to come to me on camera and say, I have a problem. So when I see somebody stuttering, slurring, and so drunk they can't get their thoughts together, I feel free to speak. Then Madam gonna ask Garcelle, you have a drinking problem? She said, no, I don't have a drinking problem. Erica said, neither do I, but you tried to push it. Garcelle said, look, I saw some instances where you were out of control. Erica said, there were 3. You kept trying to push that false narrative that I had a problem. Garcelle said, no, I just said you needed to figure out your medicine to drink ratio. And Garcelle, you should have said, well, when you acting crazy enough to talk to my child the way you talked, I'm assuming you must have a problem. Erica said, well, if I had a problem, you'd be the last person to know. Because these women are the closest to me. And Garcelle says, oh, I know. The Fox Fart 5. Now they showing flashbacks of Garcelle talking with the other ladies about Erica's drinking, but we need to remember she got so inebriated and induced, she said, F you, get the F out of here, to a 16-year-old child. A child. And a black child. No, that's, you a little too high for me, girl. Oh, this is a good episode tonight. Well, this morning, because, I passed out. Then I woke up, thought I had finished this episode, so went on and did American Horror Story. Then I passed out in the middle of American Horror Story, so I'm going to finish that after I finish this. But Erica said, was this to make me look bad, or was this out of genuine concern? And Garcelle said, I don't have to make you look bad. You do that all by yourself. And Renna's look in the bag. Jaws are dropping tonight. Erica said, and you can make yourself look like a liar right now. Girl, please. The only person here that's lying is you to the court. Allegedly. Garcelle said, oh, so now you're calling me a liar. You having a problem don't change my life, so what ulterior motive could I have? Erica said, this wasn't coming from a good place. Garcelle said, well, maybe that's the impression you got from the other ladies. I was genuinely concerned. But now Kyle takes over and says, Erica and Sutton need to start over. And Sutton says, Erica, I'm going to call you tomorrow. And Erica's like, I'm sorry, that relationship just ain't never going to happen. Like Candy and Phaedra, it's over. Erica says, please don't. Thank you. Kyle says, so do we have clarity on everybody's relationships? And Kathy says, yeah, I think we're clear. Kathy and the homeless. It's not funny, but it's funny. Well, that was the episode, so I'm going to see you soon for American Horror.